How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Stetler Survival. I'm Caden, and today we are actually starting a new show here on the channel. We're going to start what we are going to call Stetler Survival Stories. So that basically is going to be an overview of people who are into preparedness, homesteading, all that kind of stuff, and kind of just getting their perspective and their story on how they got started in this world and how their everyday life goes being part of it. So today we actually have the Hubers here. From Huber, what do you call? I've heard two different things now because it was the Homestead at Sweet Arrow Lake, and then Huber Homemade LLC. Which one is? What are we leading with?
It's Huber Homestead.
Huber Homestead. Okay, so these are the Hubers from Huber Homestead.
Huber Homestead is the place. Huber Handmade is the business.
Okay, all right. So how long have you guys lived here and been doing the homesteading thing?
I've never been married. 13 years.
13 years. Okay. So was there a specific situation that led you to want to homestead?
No, I think we got more into it during COVID.
Okay.
When I was home more and spent time at home.
Yeah.
Did a lot of gardening and raised chickens. Just got into making our own stuff.
Yeah. I know I tell the story that one of the things that got me into wanting to prep was 9/11, actually, because that was the first time I ever saw like a bug out bag, and knowing that my dad was prepared like that, it kind of led me down that path. So I wasn't sure if there was anything in life that ever like you saw or experienced that made you go like, oh man, that's like, we need to do that, that's awesome. Not really.
This is just kind of who we are.
That's just the thing.
Feels right.
Yeah, no, I get it. Some people, it's just kind of in their blood, and then other people, there's situations that lead to it that like, oh man, I want to become more self-sufficient because of this or because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we just kind of like to live simple and clean and try and do the best we can with what we have.
Yeah, I know we just got done eating a little bit ago, and pretty much everything was, you said, from within 10 miles of here?
Yep.
That's
Everything was from local farms 10 miles away or made here, so.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if I ever really got to, we've talked about it a little bit because I know your parents, Andy specifically, are involved up here, but were your parents into homesteading or prepping or anything like that?
Not really.
They had chickens.
Yeah, we had chickens growing up, but that was about the extent of it.
That's the gateway drug, though.
We just we'd go out in the morning and get eggs for breakfast, and that was about the extent of it.
There's something there, though, that leads you to be like, oh man, like, I just got this from my backyard, and like that.
It's way easier than you think.
Yeah.
Like, it's so simple. You just put the seed in the dirt, and nature does all the work.
Yep.
And then you just get to eat it.
And it's just so rewarding with all that stuff, because I know with us specifically, like Kelsey always liked the idea of all this, you know, but when we started dating and moved in together, it was like, I want to get chickens, dude. I had chickens most of my life here, and I feel weird not having them. And she was excited about it, and then I remember the first day we got an egg. It was like life just changed completely, because it was like she was so excited. We came up with this whole little joke as like the egg dance. We were all dancing around this one egg and everything, and it was like, we joked. I was like, yep, this is the $1,000 egg. We built like all of our enclosure and everything, and that's kind of what it took. And I was like, yep, that egg was $1,000. It'll pay for itself, I swear.
Eventually.
But more to pay back.
After, a couple thousand dozen, it should be there. But so what would you say at Huber Homestead here? What are the strengths of your Homestead. What do you guys pride yourself on? Like, hey, we do this very well. Besides, of course,
we take
marshmallows.
in secondhand animals.
Yeah.
That's a thing that we do very well. Anytime people bring up animals, we're like, all right, we'll make room. It's fine.
Yeah. I know Andy's good at fixing stuff though too.
Yes, he is. His dad built the garage. He built that chicken house. I built that one sort of. He put all the fencing in exclusively in July because you have to do fencing when it's really hot.
The hottest day of the year. The hottest day of the year last year. I built our chicken coop. It was
so stupid.
Terrible. Yep.
Amazing how time works.
Yep.
Yeah, building stuff is definitely a strength. Is animal care a strength? Can that be like?
Absolutely. Some people are terrible at it.
Raised
You know,
healthy, happy animals.
That's definitely a strength.
That's
And
the
making
thing.
things. You can make things.
Yeah.
Making
What all do
Baking
you
and
make?
cooking.
everything. I don't know.
Writing.
What don't I make?
This is the time
I
for
make
your
food.
plug. What?
I make marshmallows.
Marshmallows. Tell us about the marshmallows.
They're really. I don't know.
They're really good. I
don't
can vouch
know.
they
I
are
can't-
really
I don't-
good.
I can't.
My favorite that I've had, and I've tried I think I tried all of yours now. No?
No, you haven't.
At the
tried
time,
either.
though, I didn't I?
We'll
Because
get
I got
you
all
some
of them.
more. You got one of each of the ones we had at our first craft show.
Okay.
We have a lot of flavors, and
Okay.
there's some inside if you want to try more of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Business is growing so
Who
fast.
knew people liked marshmallows? But they're not. They're better than store bought because these are made with actual marshmallow root.
Uh-huh.
And if you, FDA is like, you can't tell people stuff's good for them without proof. But if you look up health benefits of marshmallow root, you'll find a long list.
Yeah.
All of our ingredients are home sourced. Like it's all clean, local things. We don't use corn syrup or artificial flavoring or artificial colors.
That's all.
Whatever I can't get locally, I make sure it's ethically sourced.
Okay.
Like our chocolate comes from a fair trade co-op.
Yep.
Which is a big deal to me. The coffee that I use comes from a fair trade coffee co-op. I'm in the process of getting close to one. But that really matters, and high quality things.
Yeah.
Like the marshmallow root I use is real marshmallow root. It's not like some powdered
Marshmallow
silicone
root
stuff.
extract or
No, it's
concentrate.
real. I make my own extracts too. That's like you make it with stuff like my vanilla beans I get from a co-op also that comes from the farmers, and they're just really easy to make and to keep simple. And so my list of ingredients is stuff that you can pronounce it all.
Yeah, that's
There's
important,
no-
right?
There's no artificial flavors, no artificial colors. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah,
because-
that's fantastic, and they look awesome. We'll throw up some pictures and some video here, guys, in between. But
Who knew people liked marshmallows?
I know that's what it was funny because when Kelsey and I were talking about it, I was like, man, their marshmallow thing's taken off, and she's like, not to say that, but people are buying marshmallows all like that. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's going awesome for them.
Yeah.
We started because I love making things. I do it like it's a stress reliever,
Uh-huh.
is making food. So I always make way too much. And people like what I make, and I love to share it. Like, sharing things makes me happy. And
Mhm.
so I was like, I bet I can sell these, and they're better for you than store-bought crap. And it's something unique that no one else does. And so, there's a whole ridiculous process you have to go through to be able to make and sell food. That's absurd. So I did it. Also, I could sell marshmallows, and people are like, we really like these.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's
How-
really cool.
How many stores are you guys in as of now? You know that's success when she has to really think about it and count.
Well, we do craft shows, and then we're in the collective and the farm store and Beauty Bee and Queen Bee and a creamery just put in their first order.
So five
Five
locations for it to go and pick them up,
As
and
of
then you
now.
do the shows.
And
That's
we
awesome.
do craft shows.
And we're working on adding some more locations.
Yeah.
Down in Lancaster, we're starting to
Look around and everything.
look around and get some people down there interested. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was. That's just awesome, and it's kind of seeing where it started, where you were just through Facebook and through his face and everything, and being like, oh yeah, hey, she started making marshmallows, and then it was like, now we're selling the marshmallows, and it just keeps going, and that's awesome, and that really goes to that homesteading and self-sufficient thing where you're making an income for yourself out of your land and out of your own creativity. And that's I talk about it on the channel all the time, where it's like 90% of any of this is just like being a little creative and coming
A
up
lot
with random
creative.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of creative.
Yeah. So
You need-
what's some, when you look at your goals here, what is something specifically on the homestead here that you would guys look at and you're like, oh, I want to improve on this part of what we do?
I don't know if there's necessarily one area that I want to improve on. It's just kind of, we're doing what we can with what we have as we get the chance to do it. So it's sort of one of those things, like every morning we come out and we pick raspberries and blueberries, and that's my breakfast on the way to work.
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that. It's kind of cool. It's slowly growing itself, and we get to see what happens next. Like,
Yeah.
we aren't necessarily planning everything. We have ideas of things that we would like in the future, but we're not really pushing to do anything. It's just kind of letting it happen.
I would like to get better at gardening. That would be cool. Whatever the opposite of a green thumb is, what I have. So like all the stuff that's growing here, like the raspberries and the blueberries and strawberries and the blackberries and the lots of berries, is because nature put it here. I would really like to like have a permaculture style garden that like provides more
Benefits
food for us.
itself and
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah.
Works together to make food so that I don't have to kill it trying to keep it alive. That would be cool.
Yeah. We've noticed this year, because I kind of slacked and all this rain we've been getting, that our primary crop this year is weeds. And it's just insane. Like, I walked out the other day because I'd heard from an Amish buddy here that in Pennsylvania we've gotten more rain in the past 2 months than we've had in the last 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
So I didn't go out and check all the time, and I didn't mulch it this year because I was like, I'm just gonna keep up with it, whatever. And I walked out at one point and I was like, where are the tomato plants? they're in there somewhere, but they're still doing pretty well, even though. But
by all the weeds.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
we have some scattered.
I didn't need
tomatoes.
cages this year. It's all the giant weeds are just holding everything up. But
That's nature working together.
so, for someone getting into homestead, and say they want to, have their own animals to have their own food, what would you say, like, if you had to be like, okay, this is the animal that I would say is number one you should get to feed your family and yourself? If you had to say one animal, hey, start here and work your way out.
I would say chickens, because no matter what you do, you're going to get food. You either raise them and you can keep them as pets and part of the family and you get eggs every day, or if you want to go the next step, you can raise them and butcher them for meat, and you can use every part of the chicken. None of it has to go to waste, so they're not hard to raise, and there's a lot of options for what to do.
Yeah, I that is usually my answer too, because it's one of those things where a chicken's constantly putting out food in one way or another. You know what I mean? Like, either you're eventually going to eat it, or you have eggs every day. You know what I mean? Or
And
most
it
days
reduces
anyway.
your waste. We don't waste any food.
Yeah,
And the chickens turn it all into eggs. So really,
yeah. You were saying earlier you went to someone's house and you're like, "What do you mean you don't have a chicken bucket?"
yeah, it's real weird.
I feel like
forget that we're
I feel
not
like that's a
normal.
code that someone's into this kind of lifestyle and stuff. If they just
Where's your chicken bucket?
automatically know what a chicken bucket is too. It's kind of like, all right, they're in the club. They kind of know what's up.
I think most people don't.
Yep.
But if you can't have chickens, like, you can still start, like, I have friends who can't have chickens, but they can have quail, and quail will give you eggs. And
Yeah.
those eggs are just as good. They're just a little smaller.
And I've actually, through like knowing about them and having them when back in the day with my mom and everything, they're actually the most nutrient dense egg you can eat. Quail eggs.
Wow.
Now, you need to eat like 3 of them to equal 1 chicken egg, but all the nutrients packed into those little eggs, it's insane. And I mean, that's why they're so expensive. You know what I mean? Like,
But
you go to
they're
the store,
free if you have your own quail.
they are free. Exactly.
And they're easy to take care
Yeah.
of. Like, they don't
They
need
are.
a lot of work. You don't have to go out there every day and sit with them and pet them and take them for walks and take them out to the potty like a dog.
And they
they're
really
just
don't need
very
a lot of
simple.
space either. Like, you can.
Doesn't take much. To
I've
make
been
them happy.
shocked by how many I've seen people, and like, that's ideal for them. They like these little areas and everything like that. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna get into. I know you're into the survival stuff a little bit like that, not like as into it as I am and stuff, but every show we're gonna ask some of these questions, everybody.
We won't be caught unprepared of something.
Absolutely. So, go-to way to filter water. If you had to filter water right now, what would you do? How would be your method?
Immediately, I would use life straws.
Okay.
We have.
Yeah, we have some. Long term, we would probably come up with a filtration system using charcoal and sand and stone and stuff.
Yep.
We have all of those things
Yep.
available.
Yeah, everything's readily available on our property already.
Yep. That's all.
So that would be our long term.
That's your long-term one? Cool. If you got to pick, which obviously nobody does, would you rather survive in hot climate or a cold climate?
Hot.
Cold for me.
Yeah, me too.
I don't do the heat.
I hate the cold.
I'd rather be in an igloo.
I can dig a hole and wear some clothes to stay in. I don't want it to be 110 degrees.
I always say you can always put more clothes on. You can only take so many off.
Yeah, people get upset when you take too many off.
Yeah. I like start to break down in the heat. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, mentally unstable.
Yeah. It's when wrenches fly across the garage and everything else. All right, you're building your bug out bag. What's the one tool you can't go without? If you had to build your bag today, first thing you're grabbing to make sure you have with you.
Fixed blade knife.
Okay.
And
Have you gotten any cool fixed blade knives recently, Andy?
yeah, somehow my name got drawn from
Yep.
a hat. And,
So, ironically enough, guys, we were planning on coming up here, and Andy, and yep, here we go. Here it is. This is the proof. We got it to him, and I think he's wearing it still. Or is it over there?
no, I have it over
It's
there.
over there. He's been wearing it the rest of the time. There it is. So, Andy's the one who won it. So, it was actually really convenient because I was like, oh, we don't even have to ship this out. We can just bring it up to you next weekend. This is great. Fixed blade. That's solid because that's kind of the base of everything. You can kind of make most other things with that.
Yeah,
Even
I mean, it'd be a fixed blade knife, or like when we go out in the woods on the tractors, I take a military entrenching tool.
Yeah.
Because it's a shovel, it has the serrated teeth, so you can cut and you can dig with it. That's pretty useful because yeah, you can just do whatever you need to with it. It's not great at anything, but it can do a bit of everything.
Yeah. That's the thing with survival stuff is when people, you kind of tell when people aren't as into it or like really serious about it, because if their answer is always like, oh well, my gun this, I'm like, bro, listen, there's always defending yourself, and that could definitely be a thing, but 99% of the time you're just going to be trying to like make sure you can do things and live and, you know, feed your family and yourself and this, that, and
you have to get to the point of surviving before you have to worry about
defending it.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. People you gotta have stuff people are gonna want to take first, you know.
Yeah.
Let's say again, you are in the thick of it. You are in a survival situation, but you get one like bougie item. Like you can have like one really nice
The
thing.
light straw.
That's your bougie
Isn't
item.
that bougie?
My argument is somehow an air conditioner.
I want my tractor.
Your tractor, that's your
Ooh,
bougie
that's
item.
a good one.
I want my
That is
tractor
bougie.
to be able to help us build whatever we need, move stuff, get around without having to spend so much energy.
Yeah.
If I could take my tractor with me anywhere, I would.
Which we had running a little bit ago. What year was it built, you said?
1939.
Oh, man. You were saying soon you're kind of thinking about maybe rebuilding it here?
Yeah, it's going to get some work done to it to refresh it a little bit, give it some new life to keep going. Got to hit that 100 years.
Yeah. That's just so impressive, too. 100-year-old, all but 100-year-old tractor. Someone who wants to start homesteading. What's one piece of advice you guys have for them? If you could say one thing is like, hey, we wish we knew this at first, what would you say?
Honestly, I'd say read some books or watch some YouTube videos. Besides that, the best way to learn is to get out and just do it.
Yeah.
Make the mistakes, because that's the quickest way you're going to learn how to change what you need to do.
Yeah.
You can read all the books you want, but there's no substitute for experience.
Yeah, you gotta just get out there and try it. It's the easiest way to learn, and every area is going to be different. So what we do up here that works might not work an hour away.
Yeah.
Everything changes, so
Yeah, absolutely.
it's all just going to be up to you to figure out what it is.
I think pick one thing and go with it, and like try that one thing and get really good at it. And if you hate it, then pick another thing and start with that. Because if you do a whole bunch of things at once, you're going to overwhelm yourself. But if you pick just one thing, then you can kind of get in more slowly.
I hope everybody enjoyed checking this out. We've had having a fun day up here, checking everything out and looking at all the animals. The kids, we've barely seen them. They've all been
They're
playing
all
together.
somewhere
It's
in
great.
They had Nerf guns.
They're a mile away somewhere in a cornfield. Guys, if people want to try one of your amazing marshmallows or check out the stuff at the Homestead, where can they find you on Facebook and social media and stuff like that?
They can find our Facebook page. We're Huber Handmade LLC.
Okay.
We're working on the website. It's not up yet. But I have a list of craft shows we'll be at and a list of stores you can find our marshmallows.
Awesome.
And if you find us at a craft show, you can get free samples. Because that's what I love doing.
That's the important part.
The free samples are the best part.
That's like 90% of the marketing.
The free part.
All our homestead information's on Facebook. Just Huber Homestead. We post pictures of what we do up here and explain how we're doing different stuff and just give life updates about what's going on. Sometimes it's a little hard to keep up with everything because it's moving so fast.
Yeah.
But, that's more of what
the
our
story
life
of our
is.
whole life.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
business is just marshmallows. So.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed the first episode of Stetler Survival Stories. And until next time, stay prepared. Let's test Andy now and see if he knows. He doesn't remember. All right, we're not
Stay
even
prepared,
airing this one now. This was like this one's
good.
getting cut now.
Cool.
Stay prepared. Stay alive, guys. We'll see you in the next video.